Okay, this one may challenge some of your fingers quite a bit. And it's because we're going to be working on some chords. So I'd like everyone to get your packet out right now. Everyone go ahead and get your packet out right now. And I would like you to get out a pencil. Get out a packet and get out your pencil. And sorry, Maddie, you'll just have to follow along and watch. Nice, you have a notebook. That works too. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my side camera. I need to adjust this. Sorry, everybody. I need to adjust this here. Maybe if I put myself down in the bottom corner here. There we go, 0.4. Whoops, wrong way. Move me over, move up. This is okay. This is time for everybody to get their packets anyway. And then I need to chop off 10 to the left. Boom. Aha, I'm back. Okay, so we're looking at the paper that looks like this. So it says the A progression. I think I'm going to go out of... I liked being in full screen mode. Okay, so we're going to skip over the screen that says Speed Developer, because you know what? That's been our warm-up the entire time. So that was the first thing I ever taught you guys. We're now on the third page, the page that says the A progression, which is the grade that everybody wants to have in the class right now. If you don't have an A, you probably need to do your flip grids. Okay, so we're doing the A progression. If you guys can't see, just a reminder to go over to my little box and click on the pin button. That will very much help. What's up? Did you get your work done?
I saw a hawk.
You saw a hawk nearby? Trying to get our chickens?
Close.
Maybe. Okay. We have a hawk near our house. We're trying to make sure they don't get our chickens. Okay. Here we are. We're on the A progression. And I'm going to get my toolbox out here. And we're going to write some notes. Okay. So let's label this up. Okay. See this dark line right here? Okay. So one thing that I don't want you guys to get confused about is oftentimes, oh my gosh, I think I just created too many text boxes. Text box. There we go. There's 3 types of notes. Anytime we see a letter, there's 3 types of letters that we deal with. Okay. One type of letter is, oh my gosh, everything's highlighted now. What a pain. Okay. One type of letter that we deal with is the string name. Okay. Like EGB, EGBDA. Okay. That's when we're tuning, right? And that's with no fingers. So I'm going to put tuning. The second type of letter is when we're playing a note. Like if we go back up to other things, like we labeled up all of these, like we have, you know, all these E's and then F's and then G's. And so what's funny enough is the string name is that, like, we know this is the high E string. And so that kind of corresponds together. Okay. And then the third bit, and I may even make this a different, hopefully I can make this a different color of text. I always forgot how to change my text color, but oh well. And this is a chord. Okay, so those are the 3. There's the string name, there's playing a note, and then there's the chord. And this, for some reason, I've been, yeah, you should go ahead and write this down. So 3 types of letters. There's the string name, there's the playing the note, and there's a chord. And you kind of have to know which one we're talking about because they have different little moments. Okay, so let me give you a new example. Okay, so there's the string name G. I'm going to play that for you right now. And then there's the G that we learned during our sight readers, which is E string, 3rd fret. Sounds very similar, but it's right here. Give me a thumbs up if you guys remember that from your sight reading. Do you remember that, Aiden? Remember that, Bianca? Yeah. So there's like a G, an open G, and then there's the G up here, which is where we learn. And then there happens to be a G chord, which is like this. And they all have things that are similar, but depending on the context, we're going to use those letters at different times. Okay. So I'm going to try to use language. I'm going to use my words to really describe which thing that we're talking about. So today we're going to learn 3 chords. We're going to learn an A chord. We're going to learn a D chord. And we're going to learn another chord called an E7. I don't really want to talk about what a 7 means. But just know it's called E7. It's going to have like a shape. Okay. Now, in order to understand how these chords work, we need to talk about this little chord chart. So, okay, so let's go and label this. Okay, so these are called chord charts. Chord charts. Okay. And oddly enough, like look at this. Okay, we have one. Like look at our vertical lines. 1 vertical line, 2 vertical line, 3 vertical lines, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 vertical lines. Put it in the chat box if you think you know what these vertical lines represent. What do these vertical lines represent? Chat it in. Strings. Very good. Devin and Alex are on this. All of those 6 vertical lines represent strings. Okay. And by the way, it's the strings. If you were to turn your guitar and face them to you, I'm going to face my guitar towards you guys. That's the order of the strings that is on this chart. It's the same thing, really. Right? And so on this side, on the left side, is going to be the low E string, and on the high side is going to be the high E string. Butters, what are you doing? Butters is doing funny things. Okay, and so that means this thick line is the nut. So I'm going to go ahead and label that. Thick line is the nut. Okay, the numbers, and anyone put a little guess in the chat box what you think the numbers are. Numbers equals what? Very nice, Layla. And good correction. We have fingers. So the numbers are fingers. I'm going to put a little equal sign in here too. The numbers are equal to fingers. Okay. Good. Your first finger is your pointer finger. By the way, you don't need to use your thumb because your thumb's on the back of the guitar. Your second finger is your middle finger. Your third finger is your ring finger. And your fourth finger is your pinky. So it's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to get a marker and write that on your fingers, that might be helpful. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can do drawing. Okay. There's a thumb. Are you guys impressed with my drawing skills? This person kind of has some wackadoodle hands. Then if I were to label this, one, 2, 3, 4. Close enough. Maybe I need an extra space there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we know all the information that we need to know in order to put our hands on the guitar. I forgot this. See that little 0 right there? That little 0 is an open string. So this little 0, I'm going to put a line here so you guys can. That little 0 is an open string. That also happens over here. Open string. And so let's check this out. Okay, so my bottom's 2 strings are open because I have 0, 0. Then I have 2, 1, 3 on the 2nd fret. So the 1st fret is all blank, and my 2nd fret, I have to line those up in a row. It's in a very particular order. It's going to be a little uncomfortable at first. And then we're going to produce a chord that's called the A chord. So let's give this the old college try. All right, so everyone pick up your guitars. I actually do recommend going in the order of your fingers. Since we have this written down, I'm going to go over to my finger cam. Yeah, nice clear. Okay. According to this chart, we're going to have no fingers on the 1st fret. We're going to take our 1st finger and we're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay. Our 2nd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the D, and our 3rd finger, oh my gosh, this is really tricky to show without getting my pinky in the way. There we go, I got it out of the way. It's going to be on the 2nd fret of the B string. Okay, and it's going to form like this little triangle. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to have to put my thumb on the back like that. Oh, that's actually a good view right there. And I can grip and rip. And I lightly rake my fingers across the strings. And I should get something that sounds like this. Hey, Nick's got it. By the way, if you've been hesitant about turning on your camera, you should turn on your camera right now. This is a moment that I actually really need to see your hands in order to be helpful. We're all playing an A chord. Good. Now one thing that happens is sometimes our our 3rd finger will slip out over there like Maddie. I happen to see that yours is kind of sliding off to the side over like this. And what you do is you just move your wrist back. You move your wrist and you kind of move you touch like kind of the bottom of your hand and you just kind of move it out like that, and it allows you to get like super pinchy power. Whoa, Maddie did it. I just described what to do and she did it perfectly. Yeah, Nick, you should do that too. Move your... They are the D, G, and B strings that are all on the 2nd fret. D, G, and B all on the 2nd fret. I can see Aiden has it. Nice. Very nice. Now if it sounds a little duddy, then you might have to give yourself a little break. Give yourself a little finger break. I'm going to switch back over to here. Like I have some lines on the tips of my fingers. I'm going to have to give myself a fingertip massage and put it back on. Oh, Zane's back. I heard a ding dong. I'm not sure where it came from. Alright, so everyone's working on their A string. Now, for some of you guys, this is going to be really difficult. It takes a good amount of finger strength. And so we're going to move on. Yeah, this does, yeah. If you remember how to do ukulele from 5th grade, these are going to be very, very similar formations. Oh my gosh, my dog's going crazy. All right, now we're going to move on to a 2nd chord. This is going to feel like a lot right now. But need not worry, your fingers will get used to it because I want you guys to get used to the chord chart. We're going to take it 1 finger at a time. Okay, we're going to start with our 1st finger. Now, this, I happen to know that this happens to be the G. Oops, that was a terrible G. wonder if I could get my drawing to be a little bit thinner. Got to do a little bit thinner of a. Why does everything have boxes on it now? That makes no sense. Oh well. So this is the G right here, and it's going to be first finger, second fret. Okay, so I'm going to go first finger, second fret. So that's okay. And then I'm going to go to my second finger, which is second fret on the E string. So I'm going to make sure your thumb is flat on the back, second fret E string. And then I'm going to take my third finger and I'm going to go third fret, 1, 2, 3 on the B string. Now it may be helpful for your other hand to help you out on this one. If it feels like this finger isn't working right because you're not used to moving it that way, you can plop it down. Now it's going to make like a triangle. Look at that triangle. So we have 1, 2, 3. And this is called a D. You can rake all. Now, one thing I didn't show you guys at the beginning is, see this X right there? That means you're not supposed to strum that string. So don't strum that low E string. It'll just sound weird. Like let me give you an example. See how that low E string sounds like kind of wonky? But if you start with the A, a nice open sound. You might be wondering, Mr. Dean, what do we do with this pinky? Well, your pinky just floats wherever wherever you're getting used to. Whoa, Nick's really got this. You can see John there. Maddie's pretty close. Maddie, watch out. I think he might be off by a string. Make sure you're going 2, 1, 3. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, move it all down one string. Yeah, that's it. I love it when kids have their cameras on. That way I can really see what you're doing. If you're having trouble, turn on your camera and I can help you. All right, and if you need a break, you have some lines on your fingers, give yourself a little fingertip massage. It really helps. Okay. And then we're going to do the last chord on the page. And you'll be happy because it's the easiest. We saved the easiest for last. Okay. It's called an E7. Okay. And hey, it has a lot of open strings here. So we have an open E, second finger on the A, and the first finger on the first fret of the G. So, okay, let's start there. First finger on the first fret of the G, which is there. Second finger, this is going to be a real reacher, if you know what I mean. You're going to have to reach all the way to the second fret of the A. Okay? And thumb, don't forget, hello, your thumb over here has to be nice and flat on the back. Get your wrist nice and low. And this one, you get to strum all of the strings. E7. You can play them quickly, or I think it's even helpful to play them kind of one note at a time. Try to get all the duddies out. Very nice. Okay. Now, I think for this week, we're actually going to spend about 2 weeks on this page here. Just so we really get used to it. So I'm imagining that for Friday, this is what our flip grid would look like. Let's pretend like I was going to do the flip grid and be like, hey guys, this is my A progression. And then you would form, this is my A chord, and you would have to form your A chord. And given that you're just starting off on this, you may have to really look at your fingers for a second. A. And then you go, now for the D. And then you have to stop for a second. 1, 2, 3. D. And you would stop. Probably rub your fingertips a little bit. and then make the E7, E7, and then we would cap it off with an A because it's an A progression. So we're going to start and end, and we would form an A and do that. And that's it. That's it. That's the flip grid for the week. Next week we're going to learn how to switch in between them. But for right now, I'm basically trying to figure out if you can do a chord chart and kind of get your fingers in the right place. Now, it's probably not going to sound as good as mine. It's probably going to have some duddies in there, like this. Like it's going to sound like that. Raise your hand or put it in the message if your chord sounds kind of like weird and duddy like that. Yep. Miss Lynn Scott sounds that way. That's pretty normal. Yeah, it's going to sound weird. It's going to sound super weird. And so we're going to go to breakout rooms here for a few minutes. And I would like you to play it for your classmates. Okay. Actually, no, I think we're going to go to individual breakout rooms. I'm going to give everyone like the next 20 minutes in class to sit down and like form each chord, play it a few times, try to figure it out. And I'm just going to pop in and I'm going to make sure that everyone is at least on a good start. Okay. So we're just going to go to individual breakout rooms. I'm going to get those ready right now. I think we got to get 25 breakout rooms. Let's see here. Oh, and I just realized I have to do a little bit of business. Sorry, Desiree. I finally got around to that. See if I can recreate these. Whew. I wish there was a way of saving breakout rooms so I could so we could keep them week over week and day over day. That would be really cool, and they could like get used to the people that are in your breakout rooms. Maybe I'll get super organized and have that ready for you guys another time. Anyway, you guys can be practicing your guitar right now. Sorry, I'm having trouble with some of my stuff, but I'm trying to just get these breakout rooms set up. We have an empty breakout room in 16. And, okay, please stay on the call, and I'll be popping into your breakout room in just a moment. And, yeah, you know, Layla, that's actually a really good point. As soon as you get to your individual breakout room, go ahead and just turn on your microphone so it's less fiddly. All right, so I can just hear you play. And then we're not fiddling around with microphones. So thank you, Layla. What a wonderful idea. Okay, here we go. What's up, guys? Anyone have a question before you hop out?
No, yeah, I don't have my guitar with me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't tell you.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm recording this, so